You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, presented by the Only One Media Group. This is the people's choice for quality interviews, celebrities and special guests. Hosted by Demetrius Dini Reynolds. Call in to join the mix at 701-801-9813. For the complete archive of episodes, visit onlyonemediagroup.com and be sure to like us on Facebook at Vigilantes Radio. We welcome all. Enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds. Enjoy the show.
Hey, how's it going? I'm your host, dini-mussolini. Man, there are 18,000 of you guys on the phone line with us tonight. What is up? How are you doing? I hope your night is going great, because mine is. So I just want to tell you guys about opening your mind. To fully experience the joy of life, we need to maintain an open mind. So what are you talking about, Dini? Well, an open mind is curious and enjoys testing its limits. The open mind does not seek approval, but instead it appreciates a genuine feedback and constructive criticism from others. The open mind enjoys exercising its powers and constantly wonders about the unknown. And the open mind is willing to take calculated risks. An open mind never takes anything for granted and is not burdened by limiting assumptions. In fact, an open mind recognizes limits as a temporary and works to find ways around them. Having an open mind can propel your career into levels that you never even could imagine. So that is my word, and word is bond. Take it from me, Dini-mussolini.
You're live in the mix. Let's get this started.
Yo, it feels so good to be back with you guys once again. So one time for my people who are indigos and starseeds, and 2 times for my people who are vegans. We are averaging over 34,000 plus listeners, and we've been at this for 3 solid years. I appreciate all you guys who've been rocking with the kid on this journey, and we're still growing, baby. It is all because of you, most definitely. We are the people who have dedicated their lives to music, spirituality, business, literature, art, movies, and research in every aspect. And we want to allow you an opportunity to tell your story. Man, we've had celebrities on the show, from Grammy Award-winning artists, nominees, to actors, comedians, CEOs, technology geniuses, visual artists, from authors to professors and aliens, or people who think they're aliens. It doesn't matter who you are or where you come from. Come on our show and talk to me. So check it out. To book an interview or just to share a real cool story, email me at vradio@onlyonemediagroup.com. I'm passionate about what I do, just as passionate about what you do, and together, yes, together, we can get your voice heard by the people who should hear it. So let's create something incredible. And with that, hello out there, and welcome to another episode of our podcast, Vigilantes Radio. Thank you again, as always, for tuning in and being a part of our audience family. You know the number to dial. It's 701-801-9813 to connect with us or our guests, or you can hop in and mix directly from my website, which is onlyonemediagroup.com. Scroll over to the Vigilantes Radio tab and slap that go live button, and you'll be right here live in the mix with all of us, or in the chat room. So feel free to shoot over some questions to ask our guests while they are here. And as always, all episodes are available for free download. You can grab that from Spreaker.com/Only One Media Group, iTunes, YouTube, the app called Podcast Addict, or over at our website. And that goes for every single episode that we've ever aired.
All right, so tonight's interview is the vicci-flame interview, and I am your host, if you haven't guessed it already, dini-mussolini. So I don't want to keep 18,000 of you guys waiting any longer. Those are angry mob numbers. So let's go ahead and kick this off and dive deep into this interview and the real reason why you guys are here. Well, we are the people who have dedicated their weekdays and nights to music, movies, sometimes the news, of course, business ventures, conspiracies, and just talk in every aspect, from our promotions on our new Facebook page to our incredible writing here on our interview music show, Vigilantes Radio, or our dive into relationships, music business theory, and spiritual living on our show called Skeptics. We spend each and every day giving our maximum effort to create a vibrant and exciting indie community for all creative minds that coexist in this beautiful artistic world. As I said before, our special guest tonight is vicci-flame, a rap artist, producer, and singer from California. So let's go ahead. Hey, Vicci, you're now live in the mix with all of us. How's it going, and how are you feeling?
I'm chill, man. I'm doing good. I'm sitting here in sunny California, like you said. Most of all, I'm glad to be on Vigilante Radio.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, man, how's the weather where you're at right now? I know it's lovely.
Oh, yeah, man. You know, it's California palm trees and Hollywood dreams.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. So, man, let's go ahead and kick this thing off, man. On your website over at vicci-flame.com, and guys, just in case you need the link, you need to go take a peek right now. I have the link in the description of the show. You can also go look at it on our Facebook page and just tap the link. I did all the work for you. Well, anyway, I read something about you, Flame. It mentions a reference to some pop songwriters and performers of a very high caliber, like Michael Jackson, Rick James, Guns N' Roses, Tupac, Jodeci, just to name a few. Now, all those artists have a brilliant way with words, with their music, melody, that really paints a full picture of a subject matter in any of their given songs. But, you know, of course, that's only my opinion and impression. So in your words, though, what was it about these artists, or what is it about these artists like these and others too, and their music that have inspired you in some kind of way?
That's a good question, bro. Seriously. And I'm going to tell you exactly what it is. Number one, to captivate. To captivate. Do you know what it is to captivate someone where they hear your music so strong, where they hear your voice, that they look to come in droves and thousands to see you? Huh? That means that you got something that's special, for real. And that doesn't happen every day. There's millions of artists from all different kinds of calibers, whether it's music, painting, you know, scientists, it's all kind of art. But in the real world, you know, only a few ever attain to a position where thousands around the world gotta come still, and you make them have a good time. So yeah, that's number one. And all these people, as far as I'm concerned, they really capture who they are as a person.
Yeah.
And that makes people relatable to lots of people when you do that on that, you know, on that level. So that's my answer on that.
Definitely, man. So, all right, I know this question here should be like towards the end, but I wanted people to really dive into who you are as a person, because I watched your music videos, I looked at your social media, your website as well, and I was instantly pulled into who you are as a person, let alone as an artist, because your music is jamming, of course, but just you, man, you're giving off the good energy, and of course, your name of your song and project is Good Energy, but you're actually living that. So go ahead, man, so they can take a sneak peek about who you are while we're doing this interview. Go ahead and give them the website and all the plugs that they need to connect with you and find your music.
That's real dope. So my name is Vicci. That's V-I-C-C-I. Flame, vicci-flame. And that's one of two ways. It could be victorious or it could be vicious. Either which way it go. But you know, a flame can light up something, or a flame can destroy. We want to use it, like you said, for good energy. So you can find me on Instagram at vicci-flame. You can find me on my website, vicci-flame.com. Spotify, you know, if you are streaming, hit me on the Spotify, vicci-flame, and everything, all of the different social media, Twitter, vicci-flame. It's the same thing, V-I-C-C-I, flame. You can't forget it.
Yes, sir. So you mentioned one or two meanings, right? One could be vicious, the other could be victorious. That's a bit of a duality, don't you think?
Yeah, I do. I absolutely do. It's an oxymoron, isn't it? But if you put them both together, it can be a victorious, vicious flame. So either way it goes, you winning. You know?
Yeah, definitely. And just figuratively speaking, I mean, you both live in a light world and in a dark world. Do you express those dualities in your records?
That's a good question. You know what? I would think every artist has to. That's what you were saying earlier about the great artists. You know what I mean? Because some of these dudes, they done been through serious stuff. So anybody that's an artist that we probably listen to, like even in the hip hop world, you listen to Tupac. You go back and really listen to like Michael Jackson and Axl Rose and all them kind of people I'm talking about. You can hear the emotion in their voices, in their songs. Even if it's a smooth song, if it's a love song, if it's a rock song, if it's a song about emotion. So I think as an artist, some people get into politics, you know. So I think as an artist, you really do express those different sides of humanity. That's what I think an artist is, you know.
Exactly. But you know, mainstream tends to shut out the dark side a little bit, even though kind of the darker themes is what we gravitate towards as humans, because we experience a lot of ups and downs in our lives. And I believe, you know, sometimes hearing an artist express those things that we're feeling becomes our movie or our soundtrack to our life. So given that the mainstream kind of shuns those records, how do you feel about that?
You know what? You are completely and totally right. I think the same thing, which is why. But you know what? Again, let's go back to them great artists. You ready? We're gonna go back again.
Yes,
Yo, in every generation, you're gonna always have what's popping, and then you're gonna have them few little artists that come through there, regardless of what it is, and it can't be stopped because that's that reality. And reality, even when mainstream ignores it at first, reality always comes to the light. The cream always comes to the crop. That's the way it rocks. That's the way it is.
And you are here to keep it going, right? I hope so.
You know what? Yo, man. If we can, that's what it is. We come through that music world and just light them up, yo. After Tupac, after a certain type of people came, the game wasn't the same after that. It was a whole different ball. Look, even when Belle Biv DeVoe, remember Belle Biv DeVoe?
Yeah.
Come on, baby. Look, them and Guy and all them kind of people, they was under the radar, you know, and they wasn't necessarily mainstream either. But look, whoop, the whole hip hop don't start off mainstream really. It be different, and then that's how it catch on, you know.
Yes, sir. Man, Flame, I read in your bio where you call yourself a rocker. In your opinion, from your perspective. And look, man, I totally dig it because I'm a rocker myself. I'm half hip hop, half rock. All right, and in high school, I had my hair spiked, you know.
Okay, so you get these.
Yeah, and I'm black, so you know that was kind of.
Me too. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Yo, no, it's not normal. But you know what? That's exactly what we talking about. You see how we on this radio show right now? We are the underdogs. We are the people that's different. We different, and we might not, you know, we might turn up, but we might also be smart.
Yes, sir.
Vigilantes, baby. You know what it is. So that's where the hip-hop rocks. So a lot of these boys talk about hip-hop. I'm a hip-hop rocker, next hip-hop rocker. But the thing that I'm talking about, we go back to them artists, all of them freaking artists, they really knew how to play instruments too, though.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? They were real artists. Them boys be done hopped on the guitar. They be done hopped on the piano. These people are geniuses, yo. So So being that I feel like, yeah, you got a lot of hip hop and R&B out right now, but really don't none of these dudes write their songs and engineer and record and do all that shit. Not really.
Right. Yes,
only a few. You got a few, and those few, they're actually dope, yo. I mean, you listen to like Belly, PNB Rock, them type of dudes. To me, they dope, man, because they produce their own music, they engineer it. I love that, man.
Mm-hmm. Man, a long time ago in Atlanta, I was performing. It was some little TV show called Down and Dirty TV, and this is before Bobby Ray was B.O.B.
I got it.
This kid came on stage with an acoustic guitar and was rapping, and everybody thought that was so corny. I was like, man, that is something. And years later, he came out with Bruno Mars with that, I forgot that record, what it was called, but man, and he still comes out on stage with a guitar.
Yo, because at the end of the day, people, a guitar is an intimate instrument, really. Mm-hmm. One way or the other. It can be so, boom, 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 boom. It can be so beautiful. Really, in today's music, they just replaced the synths. The synths act as the guitar, though, now. Because it still gives you that emotion. So while I say hip-hop rock, it's changed in regards to the instruments that are being used, but nevertheless, our artists are still going to use it in a way that is still a little bit rocky. You know what I'm saying? It's just a little something extra, a little something snappy to it. It's the way it's always been.
All right. I know this one's a little off the top, but go ahead, shoot. Your top 5 favorite rock bands of all time.
Ooh. Okay. This is really number 1. But I'm going to do Axl Rose band, Guns N' Roses. Mm-hmm. You got to give them up because they was dope. I'm going to give Aerosmith right up there too because Steven Tyler can also blow. You know what I mean? He's right up there. But look, I'm going to really switch it up. I'm going to take you back. Little Richard, number 1. When it came to rock, for real, they started it. Hey, before Little Richard, James Brown was in Little Richard's band.
Yeah.
Okay? Hey, and then he influenced like all these dudes, the Beatles, the Rolling Stones. He put them all on tour, man. Little Richard, before all of them. So he was the first one. So anyway, that's 1, 2, 3. Rock bands. Okay. You're going to think this is weird. Pearl Jam.
No, that's not weird at all.
Pearl Jam, that's a different little kind of band, but, and then I got one more. The dude that had that was married to Courtney Love. They band.
Kurt Cobain, the Nirvana.
There you go. Come on, Nirvana. Come on, boy.
Okay.
Do you remember when Nirvana came out? Yo, Nirvana came out around the same time like Snoop and them. This was a whole nother ball game. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
I'm
ahead
just
of their
saying.
time, too.
Hell yeah, they were ahead of their time with the way that they dressed, with the way that the things they talked about. That whole music, that changed how it was done. That's what I'm talking about. Them kind of people always come along every now and then,
Mm-hmm. I'll give you my top 5.
Mm-hmm.
Earl Smith.
Yeah.
Seether.
Okay.
Linkin Park.
Yeah, Linkin Park was dope too.
Papa Roach.
Papa Roach was dope too, yeah.
And Sneaker Pimps. That's a band from the UK, I believe. Different. Now that's very, very different. Yeah.
Wow. Now, you know what? See, because I like to explore different kinds of music because you know what? A lot of the times, even now, the rock boys still be true to the art form of actually writing good music. They still write good music. It's just not as popular now. You know? But so I figured like this. What if we had like a real dope... Drake is doing it, really. Drake is actually writing good music. Them songs, it's catchy, yo. These is good songs. You know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily be like, it's not always turn up. He's writing good songs. Listen, that is what? So, again, that's good art to me,
Mm-hmm. Oh, I
talk a lot, huh? Y'all on the phone with Flame. I got a big mouth, yo. They always tell me, damn, you talk a lot. I said, yeah, I sing and rap and play music too. I'm juiced. I'll be rolling.
No, it's all good, man. It's all good. I'm glad you're vocal. So I was going over your musical timeline a bit, and of course I want to know what brought the courage in you out, to embrace your time in the spotlight currently.
Yo, and we're not even really in the spotlight. To tell you the truth, we just barely rolling. We barely getting started because, see, look, just like with every story, there's always a story behind the story. And a lot of times people go through struggle for years and years and years. That's what keeps these type of people going, So after having been signed to a public publicity deal, after then mess with this record label, after they mess with this manager and this producer, all these type of people, at the end of the day, you got to figure out, you got to just go and try to do it yourself first, and then see what happens after that. So that would be the holdup, dealing with different publicity companies, publishing companies. For example, I got a song on the charts right now, and I had a song that I turned in a couple years ago, right? To the publishing company was signed. Just not to make a long story short, but this is real life of what happened to me. So I got signed to this publishing company, and somehow one of my songs, Grand Theft and Delaney, got a hold of it. Well, guess what? That was the #1 song on their tour, but they rearranged the vocals and rearranged the bass line, and now they own and popping with a dang song. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
So,
big deal.
Hell yeah, man. So when you deal with that kind of stuff more than once, you get to the point where you're like, okay, well, this is really my passion and what I believe in, and I guess I got to keep rolling. And that's what you do. You just keep rolling.
Yes, sir. And you had one of your records on a TV show, right?
That's true. Yeah, you did your history. Yeah, I was just I just had a song on the Bad Girls Club in March, just barely in March. But you know what's dope though? Right now we getting a lot of Spotify playlisting, and that's actually pretty cool because that's where the game is at right now.
Getting playlisted. Yep.
Yeah, man, and they not playing. I'm looking at these playlists. I'm like, ooh, they got numbers up here. They got numbers,
So who have you seen your music next to? Any Drakes, Futures, Travis Scotts?
Yo, I am on a couple of them playlists. On a couple of them playlists. I was just looking the other day. So I'm like, I think like number 42 on the upcoming artists. And that's low, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, this is supposed to be #1. What are we doing, But, Hey, same on Spotify. I'm like, man, this has got to be #1 in the world. This is my favorite song ever. You know what I'm saying? So if God blesses us, that's what we'll be. Sometimes it take a while for them songs to catch on. Hey, you remember Fetty Wap? He worked his song for a year, man.
Yeah.
Same song.
More than a year.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that song was mad old.
Yeah, it was to him probably, but that was his claim to fame. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He stuck with his vision all the way to the end, and you got to respect that.
Yes, sir. All right, so I also want to know what was it that put you on hold for years back before you actually started being a vocalist? I think you were just a producer, right?
Nah, I've been doing them both for a long time, but I'll be producing songs and then I'm teaching other people how to sing them. But in some ways, they never was really rocking like me. But I always did both anyway, so I was always still making music too.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's just that you be in different positions to where you can finally really put it out for real, not just that something sitting at home that you listening to,
Yeah. Are you still helping artists now?
I do still help artists, as a matter of fact. Not as much as I used to, though. Not as much as I used to. Yeah, no, because I spent a lot of time doing that, but I did it because I thought it helped you develop your skills. Your skill of production, So right now I'm working with a group that's called Young Fly Billionaires. They are a young group. To me, they are super duper dope. Everywhere that they do shows, y'all, I'm telling you, they light up the crowd like nothing I've ever seen. All kind of audiences. I'm talking about black, white, Latino. It's a beautiful thing. So that's a group that I'm working with right now, and that's what we're going to see coming out of vicci-flame's camp.
Dope. So you have your own label, production company? And what is
I do have my own label. It's a social media company, but a digital record label, you could say. It's called 311 Digital. So we do digital distribution. We do Spotify campaigns. We do everything that's got to do with getting your numbers up. Basically following in the same steps that I'm taking myself. As I'm learning how to make them, I'm trying to learn how to teach them at the same time.
Nice. All right, so in my honest and humble opinion, from the release of your single, Good Energy, it looks like a fantastic performance of timeless material. It's presented in a very professional way that really endears the look into your music, into who you are. But of course, not all music is for everyone, and we all know that. But where do you see the connection is that people will make to the music and performances from your perspective?
It's that hip-hop rock stuff that we was talking about earlier. See, there's a lot of us.
Yeah,
there's a lot of us. It ain't just a little bit. So just like every movement, man, it be them people that just rock this way. This is something that touches their soul, and this is just the way it is. Some of these people might got a kid or two. You know what I'm saying? They might have been through something in their life. So at the end of the day, this music will be able to speak to their soul, to their heart, to their ears. That's where every movement is.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So to me, I feel like people will gravitate to me because that's just what it is. That's something you can't even predict, really. That's why some artists make it and some artists don't.
Yeah, you're right about that. And I believe, so a lot of time was spent on the music and performance production. You can tell, man, you're serious about your craft, so it comes out sparkling. What actually put the magic into Good Energy?
That's a good look. I appreciate that, number one, but I think we'll put the magic. I honestly think we'll put the magic into Good Energy is that it's honestly how I feel. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Really though, I mean, shit, I done been through it. You know what I mean, Hey, we haven't even discussed my life or any of that kind of stuff. So you're talking about somebody that had really lived through a lot of different stuff. So at this point in my life, all I want is good energy. I don't want no negative energy around me. I don't want nothing that's going to mess up no money around. Hey, I don't want to be the one messing up the money. Really, though. So that's the inspiration. Everything around us, we just want to be good. Everybody does, really, though. There's only a few people that be messing up the mood of things, to tell you the truth.
Yes, sir.
Everywhere you go, it'd be just some few people, and everybody be like, damn, why they here? I'm just saying, man. I like to have a good time, bro. I'm having a good time right now. What about you?
Oh, man, I love it. Love it.
Yeah, man. I'm having a good time, man.
So, since you mentioned it, let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and Oprah you. So, Vicci.
Yeah.
What was the biggest storm that you ever faced in your life?
My house burning down the day after I had my daughter.
Oh, man.
No way. The day after, the next day, I had my little daughter, and the next day our house burnt down. My studio burnt down, yo. And because I had a home studio, it was nice. The first time I actually had a studio in my house like that, And yo, this wasn't like a little fire. This was a raging fire department came, put the fire out. The house was destroyed. Okay? Half of the house we had to move with my new kid, That was traumatic for me because it was just like, damn, yo. And you still trying to make it with the music while all that's going on, Right. So that was pretty traumatic. Yeah, I mean, everybody's got days like that, though, really.
Yeah. Man, that's huge, though.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's got days. I know you got some days you can tell us about. You know what I'm saying? That was just like the worst. But you still here. You're on Vigilante Radio running it. And then all the listeners we got, and all of us have been through something about good. We still here right now. We good. We got good energy. That's what it is.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Now, So at that point of time in your life, house burnt down, new daughter. I mean, those are like a joy from God, and also, you know, at the same time, trauma.
A correction.
Yeah. Like, what was your mindset like at that particular time? After all that happened?
I submit. Hey, I submit. Hey, I submit. Hey, Yeah. What you gonna do? You can't do nothing about that. So you better submit, yo. You submit. I submit. What's next? You know.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right, man. All right. I like that. So good energy. Back to good energy. When you wrote this song, did you envision how you would perform this song on stage?
I did. And you know, when you look back, I wish it could be this smooth, to tell you the truth. We probably can't do it like this, but I'm just saying, if you could. When Michael Jackson did Remember the Times, he was sitting in his wheelchair, he was sitting in the chair, and he had messed up a split, but he had on the gold shirt, and it was just gleaming up on stage. It was dope. You know what I'm saying? Yo, that's how you imagine really doing a show, like just super duper. When you be seeing like freaking, I remember one time I seen Diddy do a show live, yo. He had the people bouncing on the go-go things up and down. It was just like, wow, this is incredible, you know? So ultimately, I would imagine like seeing people like doing like, you know how the gymnasts do stuff in the circus, and the circus acts, and they flipping off of different things. That's how, if I was on the Grammys or something like that, I would do it like that. It'd be like a big, I'd have trapeze and all kinds of crazy stuff going on, and it would look like that we brought the party right to the front door, you know?
Yeah. I think Pink, the artist Pink, was doing something like that. She had trapeze artists flying all over the place. And then
I saw that. It was...
Yeah, she was pregnant.
I did see that. that was dope. I think we're going to have to add some fire. I'm gonna one up it, and we're gonna add some fire. We're gonna add the flame. I'm gonna have a girl. I'm gonna have a flame girl who, she got the fan flame, and she gonna dance. It's gonna be a fire dance. It's gonna be dope.
Yeah. And speaking of Diddy, he just changed his name to Love. I don't know if you heard about that yet.
Amen, brother Love. Amen, brother Love.
Yeah, brother Love. Hey, brother Love.
My name is Brother Love. I want you to worship with me because I done made $500 million a year. My name is Love. My name is whatever I say it is, ain't it? Yes, Mr. Cole. I mean, Love.
So Flame, man, what did you learn from recording your last experiences that you were able to take you into recording this? You have an EP coming up by the name, the same title, Good Energy.
Yeah.
That it releases on the 11th this week, right?
Yeah, it's pretty dope. Yeah, that's my first EP. That's on that level. Yeah, man, that's my first EP, my self-released independent EP. That's on that level of quality. That's been mastered by, good masters around the country, which is actually dope. So, I'm trying to compete. Even though you starting off on you got to start from the ground zero, really. But I think if you make good music, like real good quality music, like I said, perhaps you rise into the cream,
Now I know why you all juiced up. It comes out in 3 days. Like, the record is done. It comes out in 3 days, and you're about to make your mark. I know why you're juiced up now. It's exciting. It's a very exciting time.
Yeah, Yeah, now
you gotta go around shaking hands, kissing babies on your campaign. That's the way it goes.
We on the campaign. On the campaign. Thank you, New York. Okay. Boo! Yeah.
So, do you have a big party planned for this release, or how are you going to celebrate?
That's a good question, yo. Hey, now this is going to be a cold. Hey, look, we in the beginning of the season. You don't celebrate till the end of the season, baby. Look, the NBA just got started. I work on the same season as the NBA. I go all the way till around April, May, June. somewhere around in there. Then you see if you won. That's when you celebrate, you know? But right now it's work. It's grind time. Can we get in the paint? Can we throw some blows? That's where we at right now, baby.
Dope. All right. So what's important, in your opinion, when hearing your own vocals come back to you for the first time after the final mix and mastering has been completed?
Hey, that's funny. I was talking about that the other day. Hey, because it's something about vocals, just the vocal. Hey, back in the day, you had them serious. Hey, I'm gonna make another little Richard reference. He said he wanted to be. First of all, he learned singing from old gospel singers. They say, oh, and they sing them old gospel songs. And then you have the other ones, the preacher type, or people who say, yeah, we want to get up and get going. Yeah, let's move. Yeah, and you got that kind of shit going on. And those kind of people, they wanted to hear their voice in that way. But I've listened to a bunch of different vocals. Like I said, you know, from the rock stars to Michael Jackson, Smooth, Remember the Time, and Jodeci, KC from Jodeci. You know what I mean? These type of boys give it to you. So then when you hear them vocals back, I guess I kind of wanted to be like a mixture in between that in some ways, which is give you not just the smoothness of Michael Jackson, but the power as well, but then the passion of like Tupac, you know, because he was genuine, what he was feeling, you know, it wasn't just entertainment. So then when I hear that voice back, it's saying something that matters to me, and it's not some bullshit sound that I recorded, then it sounds like music to my ears, because then it speaks to my soul. But if it's just something I did because I was trying to compete with radio, then a lot of times I'd be like, what am I doing? To tell you the truth, you know. So when you hear them vocals come back, and it's something meaningful, or when you get on the stage, you can see this impacting people, or like they just start dancing, and they don't even know why they're dancing, but they are dancing. Yo, that's the best thing, because then you know you're doing something right, one way or the other.
Mm-hmm. And how do you know when you personally nailed it exactly how you heard it in your head?
You know it when it's, because you can hear it. Anybody that does music can hear it. That's one of the things I respect about all the great ones. They hear things differently. Imagine somebody like Stevie Wonder, okay? Imagine that. Stevie Wonder, he couldn't see. Realistically, I can't imagine that. And so not only did, you know what I mean? Like, not only did he, if you went back and watched like Stevie Wonder in the studio, it was incredible seeing how in tune somebody really was with music. And you know who else? I'm gonna take y'all back. Roger Troutman.
Oh yeah.
Come on, that's clap. Roger Troutman. But have you ever seen Roger Troutman in the studio? Probably not. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I can't.
Yeah, but we didn't rock to his music on California. Look, we didn't rock to that a million times. Thank you. And so when you see them like in the studio, man, and the level of their perfection and the level of their, like, how they get into their zones as musicians, that's all incredible. And, hey, I haven't had the kind of feats that they have had yet in my career, but that's kind of how it is. Like, it's something you feel. You just know it's right. It feels good to your soul. And that's when you know it's right. And that's normally like after the first 15, 20 minutes, because I don't take long. I don't write songs. I don't write them. I just get on the microphone and do them, you know?
Word?
Yeah, I haven't written in a long time. I haven't written in years. I mean, years. It's probably been like 6. You know? Hey, but look, I'm going to tell you why. I saw Lil Wayne in the studio, and I saw how he chased the song. He chased the song down. He said, damn, man, I come and look. It's 2 minutes left. All right, let me go back in there and do it again. I was like, wow, that's incredible. Incredible. That's art. That's art. That's real art. You're not writing this down? Well, then so then you go in the studio and you just putting things together. That's true creation, yo. And that's beautiful.
That is
I'm just saying. I think so. Yeah, man.
All right, hey, man.
So that's how you know when it's done. My bad, y'all. Got to talking and shit.
Nah, man.
This was Neverland for a minute.
Man, you ought to do a behind the scenes of your recording. We see how you chase a song down as well, and inspire millions. You know, hey, I want to be like that guy.
You're really right. You are right. I'm going to do that. Thank you. See, that's why you got to top it up with other brilliant minds.
Thank you, man. So, Flame, what is coming up for you for the rest of this year and beyond?
Oh, that's a good question, yo. Hey, so I'm dropping this first EP on November 11th, right? But then January 19th, I'm coming right back with another one. Bow! You know,
okay.
Yeah, well, you got to do it. What? Yo, when you look at what these boys are doing, they are not playing. So you competing with the best in the world. So as far as I'm concerned, look, y'all can hear it right from me. I think with anything you do, you got to prove it to yourself, especially if you're trying to entrepreneur this thing too. Then to me, the other part of being an artist is being the best one who capitalizes on it financially too.
Yeah, exactly.
The time, yo, when you think back, Michael Jackson, look, everybody's like, oh, I love the way Michael Jackson danced. Oh, he can show thing. Nobody said, yeah, but he owns half of Sony ATV too. Mm-hmm. What? Half? You mean Michael Jackson was getting paid on Eminem's royalty, Dr. Dre Elvis's royalty? Damn! Now that's some hellified art to me.
Yes, sir.
Yo, you on top of the game. Jay-Z, well, he has a streaming service that competes with Spotify. Wow, you know what I'm saying? 50 Cent got a hit TV show? Damn! So that's what we're trying to do. The most. Mm-hmm. The most. Yeah, man.
Yeah. One final question for you.
That's cool.
Are you into numerology?
Ooh, I wouldn't say that I am.
Okay.
However, 8s work well for me. 8s. And you know what else? I'll tell you a quick story. I'll tell you a true story. So I used to live in Houston, Texas, and one day I stopped and pulled over. I pulled over to help this dude that was on the side of the road, right? Mm-hmm. And he couldn't get his car started, so he asked me to take him to his house. I took him to his house. I gave him my phone number. He called me a couple days later and said, yo, I don't have no food. Can you help me some money? We gave him $20. It wasn't very much. It was just $20, you know. And then he called me a couple days later. He was like, yo, can you take me to this job interview? I took him to the job interview. It wasn't that far. I swear to y'all, he called me probably a week later. Was like, yo, can you take me to another job interview? And this one's far. It's like 45 miles away. So at this time in my life, I think I had a Dodge Dynasty. Hey, they roll smooth, but that's a Dodge Dynasty. You know what I'm saying? And I took him out, and he got the job. He came out and he told me, he said, I'm gonna get that job. He said, you know how I know? I said, how I know? How you know? He said, because I was finding pennies. I've been finding pennies, and every time I find pennies, I know that everything's gonna work out in my favor in my life. I'm like, okay. He called me 2 days later and told me, yo, and he told me, he said, yeah, and they're gonna give me a vehicle. Remember, his car broke down. So he called me like 2 or 3 days later. He got the job, just like he said, and they gave him a company vehicle, just like the man told me. Now, ever since I met that man, whenever there's about to be a change in my life, I find pennies, and sometimes dimes. But I find pennies, like a lot of them though. I've been finding like 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 17 pennies at a time. And they be in like obscure places. Like you no one else sees them, but I see them. You know what I'm saying? So, right. So no, I don't believe in numerology per se. I won't say I don't believe in it because I don't even know. I haven't studied like that. But at the same time, I feel like there's something going on with these pennies and also with the number 8 for me. So I'll just leave that there.
Yes, sir. Well, check this out, man. You're dropping your EP on November the 11th, which is 11/11.
I know.
Those are angel numbers, you know. The numbers where wishes and deepest thoughts come true.
Yo. Didn't I tell you the only them few come every now and then? Didn't I tell you they don't come every day, baby? They come every now and then.
And it's funny you mentioned pennies because pennies are associated with the wishing well.
Then you know what the wish is, man. It's on the line right now. It's not a game. It's for real. You see? Man. I'm glad you feel me. Hey, I'm a vigilante too, for real, you know.
All right, guys. After the music break, it'll be time for our usual tradition. It is called the hot seat, and our fans love this part of the segment, and of course along with the actual interview, but the audience get to hear either some vocals, maybe a poem, maybe an inspirational speech from vicci-flame, maybe a freestyle rap or a joke or a story, or maybe even pull out a live instrument. Well, you never know what these creative minds and vessels will produce in a spotlight, and tonight we'll find out if vicci-flame has what it takes to be put on the spot and test of his true artistry and maybe even some hidden talents. But for right now, we have vicci-flame, Good Energy, and we'll be right back.
I don't want nothing but good times and good energy, yeah. I'ma take my time cause you told me that you into me, yeah. I don't wanna rush, baby, let's make a memory, yeah. Martin Luther King on these boys cause I have a dream that you're my queen, yeah. I don't wanna stop till I got you. 30 racks, spin it on a flex. Turn around, move around, do it again. Get it down till I got you in my intention. I don't want nothing but good times and good energy. I don't want nothing but good times and good energy. I'ma take my time cause you tell me you into me. I don't want nothing but good times and good energy. I don't want nothing but good times and good energy. I know I'm becoming sad that you're scared of me, but you ain't gotta run from a felon. I'm just trying to get you out in this Cali weather, cause I like the fact that you don't ever be jealous when we be chillin', throwing off vendettas. I just wanna get you out in this Cali weather. Don't care what they tell us, love when we together. I just wanna get you out in this Cali weather. 30 racks, spin it on a flex. Turn around, move around, do it again. Get it down till I got you in my intention. I don't want nothing but good times and good energy. I don't want nothing but good times and good energy. I'ma take my time cause you tell me you into me. I don't want nothing but good times and good energy. I don't want nothing but good times and good energy. 30 racks, spin it on a flex. Turn around, move around, do it again. Get it down till I got you in my intention. I don't want nothing but good times and good energy. Better act, get another check. Turn around, move around, do it again. Get it down till I got you in my intention. I don't want nothing but good times and good energy. I don't want nothing but good times and good energy. I'ma take my time cause you tell me you into me. I don't want nothing but good times and good energy. I don't want nothing but good times and good energy. I don't want nothing but good times and good energy. I'ma take my time cause you tell me you into me. I don't want nothing but good times and good energy. I don't want nothing but good times and good energy.
Oh yeah, that was vicci-flame, Good Energy. Make sure you play this song first before you hit the dance floor, or play it while you're on the dance floor. That way the good energy flows through everybody. Oh man, that was a very, very groovy track. I love it. Alright, so the challenge of life. Oh yeah. For most of our human history, the daily lives of ordinary people were literally consumed with simply staying alive. The top priorities of the day were getting enough food to eat, maintaining some kind of shelter, having clothes to keep warm, and avoid dangerous threats like wild animals maybe, and invading humans. By farming, refining, and participating in civilization, we have largely freed ourselves from these immediate concerns. We have developed efficient systems which provide high quality food, clothing, and shelter, and physical security. As a result, the immediate physical challenge of everyday life has largely disappeared. Our consequences have grown more long-term, though. A prehistoric hunter would have gone hungry very quickly had he suddenly chosen not to work. The modern-day worker can use savings, credit cards, and food stamps to hang on through the years of unemployment without going hungry. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. Yet, life without challenge is meaningless. As our most basic needs are met, we must develop higher and higher aspirations in order to provide a worthy challenge. In some ways, this goes against our nature because for thousands of years, mere survival was challenge enough. Think about your legacy for a moment. Realize that thousands of years of blood, sweat, and strife have put you where you are, with your microwave oven, air-conditioned car, internet access, 50-channel cable TV, or no, not 50 channels, like 200 channels of cable TV, your cellular phone, supermarket, your McDonald's, your dishwasher. The old challenges have been met and conquered. To bring a fulfillment to your life demands that you fashion and pursue your own challenges. It is an exciting opportunity and a serious responsibility. What is your challenge today? What is your challenge for the future? Are you even thinking about those things? Coming up with a plan? Maybe? No? Xbox time? Yeah. It's cool though. It's cool though, because I have those moments too where Xbox is over everything, right? But no. So yeah, seriously consider your future. I wanted to post this on Facebook the other day, but I haven't been really posting on Facebook much for the past few months, maybe since May. I think I kind of fell off posting because I have more important things to do. But check it. What I wanted to say was this. Put a plan into motion. And sometimes it's hard for us to do things for ourselves. Put your plan in motion and think about your family and do it for them. If you can't do it for yourself, do it for them and make it worthwhile. Trust me. So let's go ahead and bring the man of the hour back, vicci-flame. You're now live with us again in our hot seat. What do you have for us?
Wait a minute, master teacher. Why don't we turn the mic back over to you and let you give us some more, huh?
No, that's all I got. That's all I have. I'm out.
I was like, hey, wait a minute. What am I doing with my life? Yeah, man. What's going on with you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So you're in our hot seat right now. What kind of talent are you going to display for us?
What kind of hot seat? I'm in the hot seat. Never dash. vicci-flame, he always bring it back on Vigilante Radio. That's the way we go, man. It go blow for blow with anybody on top. No, it don't stop. vicci-flame came through, still ditching cops. vicci-flame came through, still making rock. That's hip-hop. Man, it don't stop. vicci-flame bring the real and it's on real. That's the way it is. He don't need a record deal. If you want it, he gonna give it to you like it's hot, like it's live. vicci-flame, man. Yeah, we gonna stop. Roll it, roll it, roll it. The pistol, yes, they might hold it. But if you bring it right back, Vigilante style, that's the way it is, Flame, and he gets buck wild. Oh, stop it.
Okay. That was lit.
Wait, that was freestyle. Wait, what was I doing freestyle? I'm supposed to be a singer.
You're both, right? You forgot.
Thank you, my Vigilantes family, as always, for checking out my podcast over here at Vigilantes Radio. All episodes are available for free download, and you can grab it from either Spreaker.com/only1media group, iTunes, YouTube, the app called Podcast Addict, or our website, which is only1mediagroup.com, and that goes for every single show that we've ever aired. If you'd like to request music or send something for us to play, email it to vradio@ at onlyonemediagroup.com. Here my disclaimer: we are genre-free, we do not judge, and we absolutely do not base our opinions on hearsay but facts alone. And actually, you can scratch all of that because all of my opinions are always right. That's the bottom line. This is my show, something you got to deal with. Nah, just kidding. On behalf of myself, Dini-Mussolini, I appreciate you guys for tuning in either afterwards or live with us. Spread the word because sharing is caring. And also special thanks to our guests for joining us. We stepped up our game just for you guys and our guests to make sure you have the best experience here on our show. Be sure to connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Tumblr. We are all over. Just connect with us and we do follow back. Okay, well, just remember to be yourself and be absolutely freaking great at just doing that. Peace.
You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, the people's choice for quality interviews, art, music, and hot topics. Hosted by Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds of the duo No Longer the Hero. All episodes of this podcast are available for free download at www.onlyonemediagroup.com. This is a Seventh Sign Regime Rebirth Worldwide Syndicate exclusive.